All right, good morning, everybody. We are back with Super Stigma Slam 2019. Our first run is in the barrel and ready to go. Seckswrecks with Ghostbusters. And also, since the $1,000 donation incentive was met, they will also be playing Pringles, the video game, alongside. So thank you very much for your generosity, everybody. Welcome to the business.
Okay, yeah, as we said, we will be playing 2 video games, Ghostbusters for the Sega Master System and Pringles for the Sega Genesis. We're just going to enjoy the best feature of this Master System Ghostbusters game, which is this sing-along to the main theme here. It has to be like half of the size of the cart, is just programming that in and scripting the timing on it, all of that, but I suppose, since I'm going to be sitting around and waiting for a little bit anyway, we may as well get this started. So, if we're ready on time...
Oh, right. I do need to pull up the timer.
We figured that out.
Okay, timer is ready finally.
Okay, so now we're ready on time. So yeah, I ain't afraid of no ghost. So I'm gonna get going in 3, 2, 1, and go. So we open up our brand new Ghostbusters franchise, and we buy the cheapest car and 1 set of ghost bait, which we very carefully have to forklift over to our car, following all OSHA standards. And we set that controller down for a while. And I'm going to play some Pringles while I wait about 3.5 minutes for my PK energy meter for the town to fill up enough for me to be able to go to Zool and actually play Ghostbusters. So many people are familiar with that game's NES port. There was a AVGN video about it. It's pretty bad. I don't know how I ended up in Tomato 1. That was strange. But it's not great. The Commodore 64 version, probably better, but still not as good as, in my opinion, the Master System version really shines in the pile of ports of that steaming Ghostbusters game. So yeah, like I said, so those little banana guys are making their way towards Zool and filling up that meter, and you'll see it's blue now. We have to wait for that to fill all the way up and turn yellow, and then finally when it turns red, I do need to pay attention, but hopefully I'll be done with Pringles by then. And, you know, like input buttons while I'm playing the Ghostbusters video game rather than just having the controller rest in my lap. So there are those like flashing buildings. They're calling the Ghostbusters, and we are leaving them on red, leaving them on red, and just kind of hanging out because that wastes time. And also wasting time is holding B when you go to the menu and going back through the demo there, all after failing a level. Speaking of wasting time.
So it's been a hot minute since I saw the Ghostbusters movie. I'm pretty sure they actually helped the city.
They do indeed help the city in the movie, and at one point I do stop the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from destroying like a whole block of the city.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so you do definitely like help out a little bit. Like you're not like the worst Ghostbusters ever, but you're definitely like contending for like laziest Ghostbusters franchise. I'm not sure how many there are, what the whole lore here is. It's very confusing and poorly translated, but it's also been a while since I've seen the first movie, which is a little embarrassing. But this Pringles run is actually going better than I was anticipating. So we should wrap up with some time to spare to not play Ghostbusters. We'll still be cutting it a little close. Coming up on the final level in Pringles here. Notorious black pepper.
Black pepper.
Black pepper, yes. Oh no, I accidentally got the Kaizo chip. I'm gonna go for the jump, I missed it. Anyway, oh no, I have to like pay attention to 2 games at once. I actually have a can of crushed black pepper. They brought it back. Uh-oh. We're gonna have to bring the Pringles run back, because I kind of have to slightly pay attention. I think I can still do this.
Oh, yeah. City PK energy has turned red and is filling up.
Oh, no. Yeah, okay. All right, sorry, Pringles. You're gonna, I popped. I'm gonna have to, I'm not completely stopping. I'm just pausing. I will complete Black Pepper 3. But as I was saying, the 10-year anniversary of the release of this Pringles game, 2009 was a landmark year for Genesis titles. Probably the best Genesis game released that year is next weekend, so I will be enjoying that can of cracked Black Pepper Pringles that I paid more for shipping from Japan than I paid for the Pringles.
Wait, they only brought it back in Japan?
Yeah, well, it was a Japanese-only flavor.
And interesting.
Yeah. And it's like a limited edition. They brought back a whole bunch of weird flavors this summer that were like fan favorites, like Eggs Benedict.
Eggs Benedict? Wild.
Yeah, the Japanese Pringle scene is almost as wild as the Japanese Kit Kat scene.
Like the Kit Kat weird flavors I had heard of, like green tea and wasabi and all that. I didn't realize they had special Pringles flavors too.
Alright, so we gotta slip past the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but he's in no hurry, so I have enough time to complete this Pringles run. Alright, there's all my A's. Now we've got to play the video game. Okay, so now the tower climb, which, so on the NES, going upstairs requires mashing a button. I don't remember which button it is. I think it's like B or something. And it's just awful. And you also can't fire your beam. So it's just a stealth segment with like no stealth mechanics. And it's not a good time. So this is vastly improved over that. The Commodore 64 version stops when you slip past the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which I think makes it the best version because you don't have to play this part. But I do kind of like this part.
Stops as in that's the end of the game?
That's the end of the game, yeah.
Incredible. Very movie accurate.
Yeah. Well, as you'll see, movie accuracy is thrown completely out of the window when we get to the final boss. Wow, I can't believe I got that shot off. So that banana that has his hands in the air, as if he just don't care, he's throwing those plates, and they are real dastardly projectiles.
Oh wow, sick.
Yeah. And
360 no scope.
Yeah, those unripe bananas are also kind of dastardly. They move around very slippery and very quickly. But we made it up the tower, and we are ready to face the main antagonist of the Ghostbusters movie, Gorza. Definitely not Gozer at all. It's totally 100% movie accurate that it's Gozer, Gorza. In this like cyan and magenta tracksuit. Oh yeah, and that's time.
7:18.
I successfully played 2 video games.
Well, 1 player, 2 controller, I suppose, is technically accurate.
That's 2 controllers.
So there's just the single Ghostbusters theme throughout.
Yeah, and then finally this like mediocre RPG ending music.
Okay, I was expecting a the end question mark, so
no.
At the very least they gave us closure.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No sequel hook here.
I don't even know what to say about this. This is incredible.
That was an experience, and I hope everyone who tuned in this morning for that enjoyed it and is ready for a whole exciting day of speedruns for a great charity. Get your donations in, because, yeah, this is a lot of fun.
All right, well, thank you very much, Seckswrecks. Coming up next is myself and EI, Dodonpachi Daifukatsu 3-mode score match. We'll take a little bit of time to get transferred over to PC games. But in the meantime, thanks for hanging out. See you in a bit.